my name is Catherine and welcome to my channel. I'm on a 2-week Antarctica voyage with Quark Expeditions, and I'm filming every day that I'm here because I love doing it. I love travel and it's such a unique experience. I wanted to show you all and create memories for myself. So right now it is Monday, March 11th, and it is day 10 of my voyage. I'm trying to sit in a little bit of a different angle if you've seen my other videos because the sun came out of nowhere. It's mostly been cloudy throughout this trip and I don't want to be looking in the direct sun, and also have like generally good lighting for you all, so I'm trying to like sit in the corner but the sun's like coming towards me. So it is 11:19, so lunch is in about 40 minutes or so, so it's a little bit earlier today, and we had an earlier start. Normally we've been having Zodiac cruises, which is when we go on these little like inflatable boats that are motor powered out and explore the different like bays and islands and crevices of Antarctica, and sometimes we get to also do landings as well, and usually those are at 9 a.m. The last couple of days they've been at 8:30 a.m. and then the last like 2 days it's been at, sorry if I'm like, it's honestly so bright in front of the camera, and the last day or two it's been at 8 a.m. so it's been moving forward. But today is the last day of activities where we actually leave the ship and explore Antarctica, because you usually with Antarctica cruises start in Ushuaia, Argentina, which is the southernmost city in the world. You get on your ship and then you go 2 days and you cross the infamous Drake Passage. And why I say infamous is because oftentimes it can be very harsh waters, high swells, unpredictable, and sometimes it can be difficult to get around and people may get seasick. We were lucky, and like knock on wood, like on the way back it'll be just as calm as it was getting here. It was so calm. We've been generally very fortunate and lucky with the winds and the swells, because that's the main factor when it comes to like being able to do things and safety and everything like that. Not that I don't think anything's ever unsafe, but you know, you don't want to be like seasick or something like that. But anyway, so usually our routine when we have days where we're actually doing activities is we have breakfast, then we go on the Zodiac. Sometimes we just cruise around on the water, sometimes we cruise for an hour and then we go on land for an hour, and then we come back, have lunch, and then the ship will move, we'll go to a new place, Zodiac cruise, maybe land, and then we have a recap and briefing about what we saw that day and what we'll do the next day, and then we have dinner and some kind of fun event and bar talk as they call it afterwards. And there's always like little updates on our phones about where we are and everything, so I'm going to read where we were. So today we were in Charlotte Bay and it's been so calm, the waters, so we were able today to hit Portal Point within Charlotte Bay, and Portal Point is the entrance to Charlotte Bay on the Recluse Peninsula on the west coast of Graham Land. It was named by the British after they built a refuge hut at the site in 1956, enabling them to use a nearby snow slope as a gateway onto the peninsula plateau. The hut was occupied between 1956 and 1958. Research conducted from this field hut focused on surveying the region and geology. The building was dismantled in 1997 and taken to the Falkland Islands, where it is now an exhibit at the museum at Stanley. Portal Point is quite the scenic site due to its surrounding mountains, crevassed glaciers, and glacial tongues. So that is the update. We were able to, like, this helps a little bit. It's so bright. I'm not used to this. There hasn't been very many sunny days. But we were actually, because I was kayaking today, you were able to sign up for a couple of different excursions. One of them is stand-up paddleboarding. Another one is like one form of kayaking where the kayaks are actually like real like plastic hard kayaks, hard shells, and then the inflatable kayaks. And I signed up for the inflatable one because the hard shelled ones were sold out. I didn't want to stand up paddleboard because I would be worried that you'd fall in, although we were wearing dry suits. So I signed up for the inflatable kayaking, and we were actually able to do that today. I got some footage so I can put it in after this. They're 2-person kayaks, and so I went with my friend and it was a good like arm workout. The only thing was like because we have to wear a dry suit, I've gotten down to a T, like when I leave the ship, like what to wear, what layers, like I got it down. But with the dry suit, everything like was different, so I had to like relearn. And my legs are still cold and trying to warm up because you can't wear as many layers under the dry suits. And I overheard people saying that they're very hot in there because it like keeps all the moisture in that you have if you're sweating or something, which I didn't, but it was, you know, just I've heard that people say it's really warm, it keeps everything in, it keeps everything out. And so because like my arms were doing the work, my legs got really cold, but we were able to do a landing and actually get on the Antarctic continent, which I think that was the last time for this trip that we were able to do that, which is a little bit sad, but I'm still happy we were able to. But the kayaking itself, we kayaked and then we got on the land, and then we just did the quick Zodiac cruise back to the ship. And we were able to see 3 out of the 4 seals that we've like seen and like learned about so far. We saw a first seal, a king crab eater seal, and then a Weddell seal, which was really cool. The one we didn't see is the leopard seal, which is like the top of the food chain for the seals, and they actually like eat penguins amongst other things as well. But we saw the other 3, so I feel like I've noticed there's a theme when we go out on the Zodiacs or on land. Like usually we'll have like a penguin theme or lots of whales that day, or seals. And yesterday it was definitely penguins and today it was seals, so we saw a lot of seals. There was even a moment where you know, usually you can tell like with the currents and the swells like where they come from, what creates it, and I was noticing like this little bit of like a swell, and I was like, that doesn't make sense, like that kind of, it's like from a random direction. And then I felt the underneath of my kayak kind of go up a little bit, nothing too crazy, just a little whoop. And my friend was like, oh my gosh, there's seals, like they went under us, and that's what created that like random swell and like made us go up, because we were in shallow waters, so they kind of bumped into us from underneath. But that was really cool and fun. I got great footage of the seals for you all. There was even a point where like, I don't know all the pieces to the kayaks, I've only kayaked a handful of times in my life, but I guess like something like came off, like we weren't in, like our kayak wasn't like sinking or anything, but I guess a piece of it was like hanging off the side, so we had to like switch kayaks at one point, because I guess my friend and I were getting too intense with like hitting the ice and stuff, which you can't avoid. If you see in my footage, it's everywhere, but I guess we went a little too hard with it. But that is the update with what we've done so far. I'm trying to remember if I'm missing out on anything. And then we were on land for like 40 minutes afterwards, and the seals came on land, some fur seals, and they were putting on quite the show. And then we went up to the top, which usually I'm like sweating if I'm doing a hike up on land with like, I'll have a base layer on top, and then a mid layer, and then this jacket, and then I'll have my coat that the ship provides us that has like 2 parts to it, a liner and the main coat. And usually I'm sweating, but this time I was like, I actually want to like hike up this little hill because I'm cold and I want to get some body heat and like movement going. So that was good. And now I'm warm except for my legs. That's gonna take a little bit because I just had the base layer. I used the Uniqlo Heat Tech base, like top and bottom, and then I just had the dry suit on over it, so not wet at all, because that's the point of a dry suit, but a little bit cold. But anyway, it is now 11:30. Lunch is served in 30 minutes, and I want to go up to the Panorama Lounge on deck 7 to get a cup of tea, because that sounds really nice, and then have lunch. So that is the update. And actually, while I've got you all here, for what we're doing after lunch, it says we hope to further explore the area around Portal Point. So a lot of times we really go with the flow, because Antarctica can have very unpredictable weather, and that determines everything we do. So I guess we're just gonna go somewhere around this area and explore it further. And because I got my kayak done, I'll just be doing a Zodiac cruise, which is fine. I actually really enjoy those, and they're like chill. You don't have to do any work, you just sit there and relax. But anyway, I've been filming for a while, so thank you so much for tuning in. Now let's get into my kayak footage, and then afterwards anything else that I find interesting. And it's also just so bright. Okay, bye. I'm on a kayak. Would you look at that, in Charlotte Bay. Contiki in the dry suit. Doing well. And this is Megan paddling me along. And it's snowing. See, look at my legs. I'm testing out how dry this dry suit really is.
So near the ship, we could see a little bit that was like not even as thick as this, but a little bit thinner. It looks like a grease slip. That's grease ice. And then the next layer is called frazzle ice. And that's what we're kind of looking at right now, the level of drift ice.
Okay. Seals have joined. Okay, what kind of seal? First seal?
This one's
Okay. And then the ones that swam under us was a king crab eater. Okay. Look at him go. Is he gonna go in the water and swim under us just like the other guys did? Because it made us jump up and it was weird. Oh, but he became an action shot.
Get it in the water, I want it.
Okay. I'll do that, you paddle.
Yep.
Go, buddy, go! Go, buddy, go! Come here. Not yet. Kind of. Okay, now I want him to follow us and swim under us, just like the other guys did. Because they swam under us, and then it made these weird currents that weren't natural, so we were confused, and then the kayak went up. Oh, look at him making sounds! He's like, what are these humans doing? So this is another first seal, being very cute. And just, oh, that's a rock. Yep. And inspecting us as we inspect him. Oh. Hi. I want to play with you. Oh. Sorry, we're like cutting you off. We're so close. And we're just in a kayak. Look at it go. Oh, returning. So cute.
Our land, fluffing up a bit of that guard hair.
And now there's this guy in the water. Oh, we're turning. I want him to come for us. Thanks. Oh! Jumped out! He's putting on a show. They're honestly just sea dogs. It's like, what are these creatures and these weird contraptions? Look at him. Come here. Oh, he might go under us again. I've seen 3 types of seals on this kayak. He woke up. He's like, oh, hi. We've come across this Weddell seal right there. So cute. We've seen 3 types of seals now. Weddell, fur, and crab eater. We just need the leopard next, which is the one that eats penguins.
There's 5 seals.
Yeah. So fun. I did not expect to see this many seals here. So
Not so good at flying, really dense, heavy birds. You'll notice these birds in the warmer climates, they often extend their wings out to dry themselves out. They'll never do that down here, simply because the air temperature is too cold. These birds, they absorb a lot of water in their feathers, dense, heavy bones, allowing them to dive to great depths. They propel themselves differently though. Penguins are a lot like owled birds in the northern hemisphere, so your auklets, where they look like they're flying underwater. These birds, however, they use their gigantic webbed feet to propel themselves.
oh, snap. You can hear the seals from up here.
You got it in the clip.
Okay, just hiked up to the top at Charlotte Bay. We have a landing for like 40 minutes. There have been seals down there, and I got quite cold on the kayak, so this hill's been good at warming me up. And yeah, have like 20 minutes or so. Gonna walk around. Leaving the island.
Welcome everybody. Good morning. Yeah, there's a mom and cat and a pretty short relationship for humpbacks. According to the tidbit, breeding season, they'll come together to breed.